Awesome, but one of my embarrassing moments came with Lois. I was a freshman in high school. 2 public schools came together for high school. So I was trying to get in with this new group. Brought some guys up to our cottage. They had never met my sister. We were playing some cards around the picnic table after we did some water skiing. And I looked up and I saw Lois coming. She was doing something that was embarrassing me. So I put up my hand to stop, but her retardation affected her eyesight and she couldn't see. So she just come walking up. What she was doing that was embarrassing me is over the top of her head, her nose and her mouth. She was wearing a guy's athletic supporter. You know, jock. And she came up to my friends and said, "Hey guys, wanna play doctor?" And my friends looked at me as weird as you just looked at me. And they said, "Who is this?" And I hate to tell you what I said. But I looked at him and I said, "I don't know who she is. It must be a neighbor girl that my mom is taking care of. And my own sister, my own flesh and blood." I didn't stand up for her. Why? Because I didn't have enough guts to fight against society's system. But that's why I'm here today. Because Lois has taught me that every person has value. We had a 24-hour hotline, and my mom would get calls. And my mom got a call one time and said, "What? They overthrew the union? He lost his job because of that no unemployment? They have 4 kids? Welfare can't help tell when? That's horrible." And Lois heard that some children didn't have food, and she just starts crying. Big crocodile tears. But then she must have got an idea. Because when Lois gets an idea, she gets excited and she gets spastic. So she's like, It's like half laugh, half cry. Oh, it's okay to laugh. She'll laugh at you too. It was like a half laugh, half cry. So like, and she ran off to her bedroom. And she came back with an envelope and she goes, "Here, Mom, give this to him. This will feed him for a long time." See, in that envelope was a check for 40 hours of her life. She works in Valley Patchen Shelter Activity Center for the handicapped. And in that envelope was a check for 40 hours of her life. But can I tell you how much it was worth? Since she gets paid by another P called Peace Count. So for 40 hours of her life, she got a check for $1.19. Not even enough to buy a Big Mac in the wrong day. But the little she had, she gave to help somebody else. But if you're not willing to fight against this system, then would you go tell Lois that she's not gifted? See, she thinks she is. She thinks she's beautiful. She thinks she's awesome. She would never throw her life away to drugs. She would never give her body to somebody who said she just that they loved her for a night. She would never harm herself. If you're tonight not willing to fight against this, then go tell my sister she's not gifted. Go tell her she's not even normal. Go tell her that she's nothing more than luggage. And if we get too many people like her, like luggage, we'll have to eliminate her. Or we'll call it euthanasia, mercy killing. Because what kind of an identity could a retarded person have anyways? Is there anybody here that could say that to my sister? Then if not, then I have to ask you a question. How many of you agree with me that society's system for determining self-worth, where 9 out of 10 people want to change something about themselves, where 1,800 people a day attempt suicide? How many agree with me that this system is not working? Raise your hand. Okay, put it back down. How many agree with me, the second reason, that this system that says some people are gifted because of what's on the outside, and other people are just luggage to be eliminated? How many think that's not fair? Raise your hand. Okay, almost every hand. So you just said by raising your hand that this system isn't fair. You just said that this system doesn't work. But how many of you tonight would be honest enough to say that this system that doesn't work and isn't fair is the very system society uses to build an identity? And if we're honest, the same system, our school, our circle of friends. And if we're honest, this is how we build our identity. If you're honest enough to admit that, would you raise your hand? Isn't that sad? A system that doesn't work and isn't fair is controlling our life. And I think there's an enemy behind that. But my sister Lois has showed me this. It's so simple. Love. That every person should be able to know that life matters. I'd like to introduce you to my sister Lois. Tonight she's actually here. Would you?
Yeah!
I would like Lois to sing a song that she sang at our brother's funeral that talks about this. Lois, can you think you can do this in front of all these people?
I could.
Okay, here we go. And the words should be up on the screen. Ready? Take
My hand and be my friend and tell me what your name is. We can learn a lot together and it might be fun. Seeing what the world's about and what the Lord has done. Alive, alive, it's good to be alive, alive is love, is life. And very much alive, alive on my face. Then make a face when it's good to be alive, alive, alive.
my sister Lois.
Yeah!
I got a minute and a half to get off the stage. But I gotta tell you this. Love is greater than fear. Love is greater than fear. But I gotta tell you this real quick. We just celebrated Christmas. The Bible says in 1 John chapter 4 that God is love. But Jesus, God in the person, came to earth. His name was Emmanuel, means God with us, which is what? Love with us. Love came to earth. Love came to earth, and he said, you know what? This old system, it's not working. 1,800 of my creation every day want to take their lives. It's not working. People want to change who they are. Number two, he's saying it's not fair. Some people, they think they're more important because of what's on the outside, and other people feel like luggage should be eliminated. But let me tell you how he's different. Never once did he give in to this, because he is God. And he has never sinned. And every time we give into this system, every time we give into peer pressure, every time we give into this world, it controls us. And the wages of sin is death on earth and forever. So Jesus came to earth and he said this, I hate this system. This system is not working. This system is not fair. And he crossed out the system when he spread his arms on a cross and he died. But love is greater than fear, and he rose again. Let me tell you, the hope for people in Newtown, the hope for those families, the hope for the hurting, the hope for the cutting, the hope for you. If my sister Lois has value, then because of the cross, so do you. It's time to fight against the system, not our own power, but the only power that can change this world, and that is Jesus Christ. I'm going to ask you tonight, I know you believe in Jesus, but will you let him be your Lord? Will you let him give you the power of love to live in you, to live out the gospel once and for all? America needs you. This world needs you, but it's time to sell out. It's time to say this system doesn't work. This system isn't fair. But I will sell out tonight. If that's you, with every eye open, you're saying, I want to live for Jesus. I want to know when I die, I'm going to heaven. I want to break the power of sin, of the system, of the devil in my life. And I'm going to live by the power of the resurrection of Jesus Christ. If that's you tonight, and only if that's you, I'm going to ask you to stand and say, I'm going to give my life to Jesus. Not just in word, not just in song, but I will live for God. If that's you, would you stand right now? Okay, not every, yeah, awesome.